자, 녹화 시작하고 게임 계속하기. 제발 엔딩 좀. 이거 얼마큼 더 해야 엔딩 나옵니까? 해본 분 없어요? 예상외로 너무 길어 게임이. 야, 얼굴이 이렇게 아저씨 됐냐 이거. 1편이 훨씬 잘생겼던 것 같은데 얘는. 여주는 2편이 잘생겼고 남주는 1편이 잘생긴 것 같아. 나무 반자보기.
Mary was damaged recently, and I want to. When I say recently, I mean about 2 years ago. But in my defense, I'll start the
챙기기.
repairs tomorrow. But what can you do if there's a better use for the plane? As soon
키보기.
as I've picked up Critter, I'm out of here. Perhaps we'll fly to. What? As soon as I've picked, perhaps.
버터컵 왜 여기 와 있어?
Ivo's hippogriff doesn't seem very happy. Perhaps she's missing her rider. Go over into the garden. There are plants and fruit there if you're hungry. Don't fancy greens, huh? Go over into the. Don't fancy greens. The Elf Burrow is one of the most beautiful spots imaginable. But a golden prison is still a prison.
화면 안 맞잖아. 잠깐만요. 이렇게 놔야 되는데. 괜찮아. 화면 이제 맞죠?
The last time I used this thing, I blew a bounty hunter out of the sky. Nonetheless, Critter and I prefer to avoid a fight if we can and rely on our brains and good looks. When the Mary belonged to the Red Pirate, he didn't just use her for pleasure trips. They did some work now and again, as this cage proves. One of my goals in life is to never be a prisoner. Some gnome engineers wanted to fine-tune Mary in appreciation of our victory against Mortroga. But Mary doesn't like gadgets, and I'm happy with her the way she is. When I first got the Mary, I understood absolutely nothing about her mechanics. Now I understand at least twice.
내리기 말고야. 이거. 밧줄.
The Mary tried to teach me some knots. I think she likes passing on her knowledge to me. She said she'll try.
이걸 뭐 어디다가 챙기진 못하고 어디다 사용을 해야 되네. 배 밖으로 던지기?
Nope, I don't need to moor the Mary. She holds.
뭐 어떻게 해야 돼 이거?
Nope, I don't need.
지금 못 쓰나 보다. 들어가 일단. 화로 보기.
The Mary consumes huge amounts of coal for the oven, but primarily for the steam engine. The Miners Guild promised to give me free coal for the Mary for the rest of my life at the end of the war. When I reminded them, a rather grim-faced dwarf said that the whole thing was meant to be symbolic. Many promises were made in the rush of victory and later not kept. Provisions are low. If we sail around much longer, we'll have to get supplies from somewhere, or Critter will have to eat less.
크리처가 얼마나 먹길래?
Tinned peaches. Oh, empty.
비었다고?
Metal cans. The dwarves invented them to keep perishable.
드워프가 통조림 발명.
The
옷장
Red
보기.
Pirate kept asking me again and again about his costumes when I was drinking. I didn't have the heart to tell him we used some of them as oil rags. A sailor's uniform with a hat and a duck beak made of card. Nope. They're not going to help me in the current situation. Mary and me like a bit of banter. She says I haven't got a clue about flying airships, and that we only stay in the air because she ignores my commands. Ha! Ivo tidied up here when we flew back from the Wildlands. At least that. In reality, all she did was bring confusing order to my orderly disorder. Navigation isn't a. I choose a place on the map I'd like to fly to, then I tell the Mary the name of the place, and she
뭐야?
flies me there.
자동이야?
I don't know why other
그럼 저
people
앞에
find it
키는
so
왜 있는 거야?
difficult.
얘한테 말만 하면 가는 거였어?
I'm not flying off without. Critter is my first mate, and the cook, and the lookout, and he shovels coal. He's in. A pile of maps, diaries, travelogues, and stuff. I was looking for things that promise eternal life. Harder to find than you'd think. That's why I had the idea. Wasn't there a book on lore?
돈 없는 개꿈님 어서 오세요.
If I'd thought of it earlier, I could have given it to Ivo.
뭔 책인데?
I like looking for law. It's not really honest piracy, but
낡은
a
공책,
notebook with some notes on the lost city of Lorem Ipsum.
노렘 입섬에
If I'd
대한
thought of it earlier, I
정보?
could have given. I've seen alchemic lab benches and building sites with less stuff than this dress. Perfume atomizers, face powder, makeup. Perfume atomizer.
거울,
People always think that pirates don't care about their, but that's not true. We're just as You finally managed to get a good beard going. Then people say you looked better without.
맞아. 없을 때가 나아, 너는. 없을 때가 나은데?
I'm not flying off without. Critter is my. He's. Hey, Mary.
Captain Nate?
What's our course, helmsman? Woman? Ship?
We are at anchor in the harbour and don't have a
Oh, play along. You know I like all that nautical stuff.
course set 2456 degrees north-south, Captain.
Very good. Keep course.
Yes, sir, Captain.
All right. Let me know if there's a problem.
2400도 그런 게 어딨어.
Then?
Most of the communication between a captain and his ship's nonverbal. We'll leave it at that for. Most of the communication.
여기서 뭐 더 이상 할 건 없고 나가보자. 저 선수까지 못 가나? 일로 가봐봐. 안 가지네. 됐어 가지마. 뭐하고 가져? 안 되는구나. 안 돼. 나와.
Critter, what have you done now?
얘 색깔 왜 이래?
Ivo's mother?
원래 분홍색 아니었나?
Come on, let's get you out of there first. All right. Darn elven magic. Yes, I'll get help. Wait here.
꽃보기.
I've never been very interested in plants, but there are things in this garden I've never. Those two plants there, for example. It looks as though they're strangling one another.
실타래.
No trace of arbor, but he left this ball of string. Perhaps he was going to tie up.
챙기기. 챙겨.
Shorty won't mind, I think.
벌집.
Critter attacked this beehive one night. He claims to this day that it was the sweetest, but it was 3 days before the swelling from the bee stings went down. A ball of sturdy string. I remember that from
깡통
my
전화기인가?
childhood. You connect the cans with a string and can talk to someone across several meters, just like you could without the cans.
오.
You can hear in one can what someone else says. Damn elven magic. Hey, Critter, can't you somehow slip out of there? You can usually the thorns, I...
갈 때.
At school, I had a teacher who hit us across the fingers with something like that when we were naughty. A straight thin reed.
버드나무.
That's strange. When I was here last...
끝이야 이게? 연못.
We waited for ages until Ivo's mother... Then it was pool time. Critter and me cannonballed in from the balcony. People say the water has a healing effect. Perhaps I... We waited for ages until Ivo's mother finally... Then it was pool time. Critter and me cannonballed in from the balcony. Ivo was torn between out... People say...
도서관하고 발연실. 도서관 먼저 가죠. 칼 아직도 있네 이거. 버스터 소드.
According to Ivo, these are swords belonging to some of those who have tried to conquer the
그래?
world.
클라우드가 여기 정복하려고 왔었어?
Nowadays, everyone knows it's better not to pick a fight with elves.
마인크래프트에서도 여기 정복하러 왔었던 거야? 신사모자.
The king and queen keep gifts given to them by delegations from far-off lands in this room. Some of them are rather... The top hat might have been a present from a kobold delegation.
꽃. 부부젤라 같아.
I nearly got arrested once because of a flower. I didn't know why they're forbidden almost everywhere.
책.
During my time here, I sat in this library. Not. During my time here, Not.
괴물.
Critter claims he doesn't know Ollie, but the family resemblance can't be denied. Ollie used to be a bookmaker. Got involved with the wrong people. Ivo says I just make all this up.
용머리.
I've only had dealings with a dragon. The deer thing wasn't really all there. I've never really understood why it's all right to cut off dragons' heads. Dragons are rational beings, not a nice tradition.
아이보 방에 가기. 가도 되나?
I couldn't allow him to propose to you. What sort of life would you have? You'd have lost him so soon, maybe just 50 years after marrying him. Or were you planning to go into the world with him and get old just like him? That
아,
would
수명이
be
달라갖고
terrible, and I told
같이
him
못
as
살게 한
much.
거구만.
If one truly loves someone, then it's sometimes better to let them go. You know that I can be very convincing. The human spirit is weak. And perhaps there was a tiny bit of magic involved too. If only I'd known that it was already too late.
That darn witch! It all sounded so right. I was already across the sea when it became clear to me that I might have made the biggest mistake of my life. No wonder Ivo hates me. Her mother must never have told her what happened, or she blamed me for everything.
네, 심시티도 했었습니다.
What I'd really like to do is go up there, give the old Buddha a slap round the face, but Ivo's mother is a powerful priestess. She's probably got a dozen ways she could I have to be careful.
어쨌든 올라가는 가네. 근데 엄마도 이쁜데?
Why did she suddenly put Ivo to sleep? Did Ivo keep the fact that she's pregnant secret even from her parents? Could that even be the reason that she left Elfborough? She didn't notice me, and that's how it should stay. She's probably in a worse mood than normal. Perhaps I can distract her somehow and then wake up. She didn't notice me. It looks like she's asleep. But I don't think I could
표정이
wake
어디
her,
아픈 것
even
같아.
without her mother there. It looks like but I don't think I could wake her. Ivo's mirror. When I was here, her fat bird sat in front of it most of the time. The Oracle on Tugador can look through all reflective surface. This is going to be a real... When we found out how the Oracle knew so much about the world, we had to stop doing it when he started making The Oracle on Tugador can look through... This is going to be a real feat. When we found out how the Oracle knew, we had to stop doing it when he...
똑같고. 그러게요. 가만히 있네요. 엘프 소리 잘 들을 것 같은데 귀 커갖고.
Cheep Cheep, Ivo's bird. We don't get along. He's a puffed up rooster. And he says this... It was his job to keep me away from Ivo. He made that more than clear anytime I wish he'd done the same after I left. Maybe I can lure the queen onto the balcony, grab Ivo, and... No. Where would we...
될 리가 없지. 그래도 해봐. 될 리가 없을 것 같은데 되는 경우도 있거든. 발코니 쪽으로 유인을 해야 되면 바깥쪽에서도 유인할 수 있을 텐데. 바깥에서 발코니 보이니까. 위치가 안 봐지네.
During my time here, I sat... Nah.
여기서 위에 뭐 나오는 거 없지. 안 되고 일단 아리안실 먼저 가야겠다. 왕을 만나러 가자. 딸을 주십시오 해야지 가서. 여기 가서 딸 달라고 해야지.
Bob is still sitting where I left him months ago. Of course, he's not really called Bob, but his elven name is too complicated and long to remember. And he likes Bob.
장인 어른인데 그냥 밥이라 그러네.
Hey, Bob.
에이 밥. 장인한테.
Mate, my...
I rescued Ivo from Tugator, the flying pirate.
Oh, so you're getting on.
It's too late for that.
It is never too late for that.
Your wife has hexed Ivo, an imprisoned critter. I'll free both of them, and
I would counsel you to patience, my impetuous friend. What has happened?
너무 느긋하신 거 아니야?
The queen found Ivo in the garden. She's pregnant. Did you know that?
I hope that you are speaking of Ivo and not my wife. Of course I knew.
She's put Ivo into a kind of deep sleep.
Theodora knows wise decisions take time. It isn't a simple sleep. It's a kind of...
And when will that be?
as soon as she knows how she's going to deal with...
Years? She's got no right to do that. We have to bring Ivo back.
just like the polecat butters the bread of the barn owl.
뭔 소리야 저거는. 족제비가 버터를 왜 발라? 우리나라로 치면 귀신 씨나라 까먹는 소리 뭐 그런 건가?
How can we wake Ivo up?
Without the help of her mother, impossible.
Then we'll have to force her. She can't keep Ivo imprisoned again.
You won't have... Fiora will defend her daughter. But if you can make her see that she was not acting in...
I should talk.
You'd be dead.
Hey! I eavesdropped on the Queen. She never told Ivo what happened.
What happened? You just disappeared.
It was all your wife's fault. She hexed me. I was going to propose to Ivo. The Queen intercepted me and whispered.
Her words would have just washed over you had they not found something which they were able to catch.
I thought long and hard about whether I should propose to Ivo. I loved her.
Gods and the wise call that getting...
So she could manipulate me because of my feet?
She magnified your doubts and let you lose sight of what was really...
But I didn't want her to have to watch me die. And I certainly didn't want her to come with me out into the world and grow old.
Would it have not been up to my daughter what sacrifices she would be willing to...
After I left the Elfborough, my head still told me I wouldn't condemn Ivo to a life with me, and a goodbye would have been too painful.
But your heart told you that you were...
Later, I thought I'd found a solution. I'd find a way to live forever. Then I could marry Ivo and...
Your heart was right.
Well, Archmage Alistair's been turned into a frog. By a certain Van Buren, some little brat who's running through Seastone and transforming everything.
A little girl...
Yes! No idea how she managed it. Ivo said, and he's in the Dark Woods looking for a book that explains how it can be destroyed. In the meantime, Ivo wanted to organize a few things needed to bring the Archmage back.
What sort of...
Some book from Laura...
The Book of the Dead?
Yep, that was the one. Then we need a compass that belongs to the Red Pirate, and something called the Spark of Life. That's why she came back here.
I see. It's crucial we turn Alistair back quick.
Answers? To which question?
Something is stirring.
The little brat with the wand?
No. Something...
That doesn't sound good. But I wouldn't... Or perhaps I didn't...
I have the spark of life here. I will give it to my daughter as soon as she wakes. I can't help you with the compass, though. But I saw the lost city of Lorem Ipsum with my own eyes, oh, long ago.
If I were to look for Lorem Ipsum, where would I find the ruins of the city?
Under the sands of the Umzu Desert.
음주 사막은 어딘데요?
Oh, really? Could you be a bit more precise? The desert's pretty big.
I can't remember the exact location. I set out from the Bremen oasis, went into the desert and just followed my nose.
같이 갑시다 그냥.
After a few days, I saw the golden roofs of the town glint.
So Lorem Ipsum is west of Bremen.
It was 3,500 years ago. What did you do last Thursday?
West of Bremen. That's a start. Ivo seems to have coped well with me leaving her. Seems to have been in a rush to...
No, she didn't. No, she didn't throw...
I'd always loved her, but... Your wife trapped Critter in the garden. Some thorny tendrils grew out of the ground, imprisoning him.
Oh, an old...
So novices couldn't sneak out of ritual.
But the tendril...
They... All right then.
간지를 넣어가서 오케이.
I found this text about Lorem Ipsum.
I don't understand. And English for some...
Take care, Bob. I'll see what I can do to help Ivo and Alistair. Or, if I can.
I see a man with a mission of great...
Like? All that work? All that danger?
I can see through you, Nate. You made your decision long ago, You just have to do good. We all need goals in our lives.
I don't know what you're talking. Bob needs his sleep. I'm only supposed to disturb him if there's... The tree is legendary. I knew of it long before I met Ivo. The Tree of Life, as it's called. I was a little bit disappointed when I saw it for the first time.
야, 그냥 여기서 봐. 너 꼭 절로 걸어가니?
Not many mortals have seen the Tree of Life, and those that have were crowned heads, or I've even sat in its shade next to the king and... I don't know if I'd have been happy here with Ivo. His place is beautiful, of course, but nothing changes, or only unbelievably slowly. And who would want to live in his parents-in-law's house where time practically stands still?
좋구만, 시간 정지돼 있으면. 어? 하고 싶은 거 계속해도 시간 안 가면 좋지. 예, 목숨을 건 짜장님 어서오세요.
When your girlfriend's mother is an elf priestess, and you want to make a good impression, you shouldn't call this a swimming pool in front of her. But I meant it in a good way. I even invited her and Ivo's father. I had to listen to a quite long and, to be honest, slightly hostile lecture about this being. But what if your sweaty feet are longing for a cool down after a long... My good arguments were ignored. I had to listen to a... But my... The queen must have ordered the sentries to let the Mary pass. So long as she doesn't give any orders to the contrary, we should be able to enter and leave the woodland realm at any time. I think Ivo has never really got on with her mother, but she has all... Her mother is very hard-working, very conscientious, very clever, but I think Ivo would have...
끝? 이게 다야? 난 여기서 뭘 해야 돼, 그럼? 될 리가 없고, 이것도. 어? 뭐야? 이거 아까 안 펴졌는데 또 펴지냐?
This is the famous travelogue that reports on the city Lorem Ipsum, in a forgotten language. Scholars claim it speaks of life in the city and of huge wealth, the main reason that this text is so well known all around the world. Ut enim ad minim veniam quis
뭐야, 이게?
nostrid exercitation ulamco laboris nisi ut aliquid ex ei commodi consequat. And so on. For me, this is just a string of meaningless words.
뭔 주문인가?
This is the famous travelogue that reports on the city Lorem Ipsum, in a forgotten language. Scholars claim it speaks of life in the city and of huge wealth, the main reason that this text is so well known all around the world. Lorem Ipsum dolor sit ut enim ad... And so on. The author of this diary never found the city, so I don't know if this picture of the city is born of his fantasy or if it's based on descriptions. Even if the city did once look like this, it perished thousands of years ago. There's surely nothing left but a few ruins. What are the chances that the Book of the Dead has survived? What's this? The author seems to assign great meaning to these hieroglyphs. If only I could read them. Why didn't the people back then just write under the...
못 보여줘요. 선택이 안 돼. 이거 선택해버리면 그냥 책이 열려버려요. 얘한테 사용이 안 됩니다.